So we chose to do the Yellow Turbans because we wanted to go back to the early stages of the Three Kingdoms period. This all begins back in 184 CE, where the Zhang brothers, who go on to found the Yellow Turbans, begin a popular uprising in northern China.
At that point, they played a really pivotal role in how the events unfolded later. They were the one who sparked the rebellion, shaped very fundamentally the grip of the dynasty over all the empire. We wanted to create a bit of a new gameplay around it, like something that we haven't done really before.
So this is kind of a really cool period. This is where all the heroes of the age kind of make their names and become protagonists. And with these three brothers, without them there, you don't have that catalyst, that important moment for the history.
So, about the forefathers of the Yellow Turbans, these are the Zheng brothers, those three who started the rebellion. But the Yellow Turbans you have seen already in the game, they will come and play an important role as well in the rebellion, but as well as we have added new units to Mandate. These units, some of it, will also be available for those people who bought the pre-order DLC.
So we brought in a load of brand new mechanics, new units. They've got their own new tech tree as well available, but they've also got their own campaign mechanics that are unique to this particular date in history. So they have the concepts of fervour and zeal. Zeal is actually shared between all three of the brothers, so they're three separate factions with one pool, essentially, that they all feed off. So they build into that by fighting, expanding, conquering new counties and actually growing larger as a faction. But over time, that will also lower as the kind of fervour of the popular rebellion dies, because without the people to follow you, there's no rebellion left.
The whole idea behind of them is that it's a rebellion. You have to keep going and expand. If you don't expand, you are done.
So one of the reasons we brought in the new timeline feature is because we really wanted to kind of sell this idea that this isn't just one period of history, this is an entire narrative that you can play through, right? We've always wanted to tell every single story in the Three Kingdoms period because there are so many stories to tell.
Over time, we would like to expand this great universe we are having, where we just started with 190 and add all the other flashpoint, so we call chapters, into the game, and give players the unique experience, what it means to start as Liu Bei at the beginning of Mandate.
Well, Liu Bei in our 182 start boss, he's not a leader yet. He's a shoemaker. He's a humble peasant. He's of the imperial line, but he himself hasn't really made anything of himself yet. But he's got potential. And in 190, of course, you see a Liu Bei who's already leading forces. He's already joined by the two brothers, Guan Yu and Zhong Fei. They're already a kind of force to be reckoned with. But when you go back into 182, you're actually starting earlier than that, right? You still get to that point and eventually surpass the point from the 190 campaign, but you're beginning smaller. You're getting to see a slightly more kind of intimate exploration of their character before they got famous, almost. Elements of each chapter within the timeline will actually be in other chapters within the timeline as well. It's not just we cut here, we cut here. Actually, everything is interwoven and feeding into itself. And it really lets players kind of jump in at the points they want to see in that history and then play the story that they themselves create as they go through it.
So, chapters of expansions are a philosophy that we are following. The chapters we're looking at, we are going through the chapters of pretty much the book itself, and it gives us a very nice timeline. But we feel that it's just not enough. We could do so much more. We could also expand the entire game world and geographically, which is the first time we're trying to do it in a historical DLC.
So it's definitely been a long time since the Eight Princes DLCs came out. But for us, it's actually been a really busy time. We've not stopped at all. We kind of, after Eight Princes, we sort of decided, where are we going to go next? What are we going to do? And we came up with a kind of longer term plan of where we'd like to take this narrative, where we'd like to take this story.
We have collected lots of feedbacks from our community, and we were trying to draft up a big plan of how we can tell the entire story of Three Kingdoms.
What do people want to see, right? And we've also got kind of a great audience worldwide. And we see very much that different people want different kind of features. So how do we get all of this in? How do we fit our content into the game? So we've kind of started to look kind of long-term where we go. But during that time, we've also released 2 patches where we kind of tried to fix any major issues that people were seeing with the game. And now we've moved on to the Mandate DLC. But after that, we're going to be looking further forward, potentially to new cultures. We're going to be exploring the 194 CE, so the period where Sun Ce becomes a powerhouse. And really, from then on, we've got lots more plans.